So I'm about to get started on these last two figures, and some pictures I've seen online, especially of this picture and like the HeroClix of this figure, I should say. He has a bluish armor and he has some blondish hair, and I'm gonna try to make him look kind of like a surfer dude. He's got some goggles on his head. See if we can get those to really show up well. So we're going to do him a little bit different from the others, and we'll see how it goes. So far, just got a little bit of painting going. Let's see if I can zoom in good. The splash on his hair, and then I put some paint inside the goggles, and then bits and pieces on the armor to give it some color, and in the back. And I may have to go back over the face because it's bleeding through, but what I may do is wait until I do a wash and then go back and highlight over the wash to bring that out. That's looking pretty good. And then the other one, I haven't done much of anything, but I put a thin coat of black on most of the leather parts. We're going to do him in black and then did his skin, and that's it. So I got most all the armor painted. We're going to let this dry real good. Then we'll go back in, do some of the leather pouches and such. And I'm going to do his in a nice two-tone. Don't know if you can see the blue sticking out there, but I'm going to do his armor more in a brown and blue with the metal pieces, and just do his more in just a black, and then maybe do a few brown pouches, and we will see how it turns out. So this is not perfect, it's not great, but it's really good. I'm happy. Got like some dirt splashes on the boots, and I've just done the basic coats, and the face doesn't look too bad. And I have not done the wash yet. I'm going to wash the whole thing and then go back and add in some highlights later. And let's take a look at the other one. This one's going to be much simpler. Gave him a little goatee there, or a little soul patch there. Got the pouches. I did them in a darker brown. Add a lot of black to it, and then used just a regular brown for some mud splash. Mud that's been thrown up on the boots, and the wash will really help bring down the shine of the metal. And then I'll probably go back in with some black and do in between to really make it pop, and like the bandana and the gloves, make sure they really pop and stand out as black. And I try to do the knife handle, but it's not really doing well, it's just so small. But after the wash, I might touch it up again with a lighter color. That's it for now. I'm going to start my homemade wash trial with this figure, since this one's going to be a more basic paint job. We can see how the wash does, and if it is the type of consistency I want before I go over the other figure. I'm going to get his face a little bit, and then I will have to move that paint around because it is wanting to just sit. It is a little thicker than I wanted. I may have to add just another drop of detergent, dish soap in there, and a little more water. Let's dab the brush and then just paint to get off some of that excess. We only want to leave a little bit in some of the recesses. We don't want to recolor entire parts. Get that out of that eye where it was bubbled up. That doesn't look too bad for a quick, easy, no fuss paint job. Let's see if I can get that to get into focus pretty good. Yeah, it's not too bad. It doesn't look too bad. And I think once that dries, it'll look better, and then I can do some touch highlighting in places. And of course, the final photos will be in better lighting, better focus. Okay, I'm going to work on the other one, and we'll be back later. Okay, this is looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm just going to do a few highlights here and there. I'm going to see if I can get it to kind of somewhat focus so you can see what's going on here. Let me see here. That might be a little better. Okay. Don't want to do a lot because I'm happy with the way it's looking. So get a little bit of paint and dab it off onto this piece of paper towel. Then I just want to touch some of the hair here on the top. Almost make it look like it's a sun bleached surfer look. It's going to have some dark underneath and some lighter, brighter on top. Now I'm going to get more paint off the brush and then rub that paint so that none of it is too thick in one place. Here we go. Should have some decent highlights. My eyes are really bad. I've got light directly on it, but my eyes are still bad, and this figure is very small, so it's hard to do it the way I want, but that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Okay, and we'll do a few more highlights in a few spots. Let me put the cap on this, and I'm going to get some of this blue and do the same. That is really thin, so I need to, okay, just at the very top up here, just to give it a little bit of a shine as though the light is hitting it, because we lost a little bit of the color when we did the wash on it. That looks pretty good. Do it on the other one as well. Just a little bit. Still want some of the discoloration. I just want to have like right on the top. That looks pretty good. There we go. Right there on his glove, on his thumb. Right there on this glove. Alright. Top of this knee, top of this knee, just a little swipe. Just to put a little more color back in there. And that looks pretty good. Okay, and of course Nimbus is trying to get in my lap now because I'm doing something. Alright, and then I'm going to get the lightest brown that I had made, this tan fleshy color, and going to highlight just like the edge of the satchel there, and then maybe the top of that little strap, and then right there on that corner where the light's catching it. Then I'm going to come down this edge. I just want to catch the edge, almost like I'm only putting paint on that corner. Got a little more than I wanted, but that's not bad. We'll just fade it like it's, there we go. Now, I don't know if you can see, but it's that satchel there has about 3 or 4 different shades of color on it, so it looks pretty cool. Now let's hit this one here, same way. Let's get some of this color, And just along the top as though light is hitting it and it's shining. Then right there on the pouch pocket, there's a ridge. There's a ridge. There we go. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. And I don't want to go overboard, and I'm not really going to touch up any of the armor because it still looks pretty shiny in places. I think I'm just going to leave him at like that, and let's see what we can do with this one. Going to do the same thing. I really want just a little bit of paint just to highlight those edges on the satchel where the light might be hitting it. See here. Go. Just giving it a little more color. This one is such a dark character, the way I painted him anyway, that this will really help just to give a little contrast there. Okay. And I'm going to do a few blood splatters like on their gun and arms, and I think those will be done, and then we'll get you some photos of them. So before I stop, I'll see if I can get that to focus real good on that. There you go. You can see along some of the edges where the light is hitting it, but also where he might be grabbing, reaching in a lot, rubbing it. It has worn the leather a little bit, so it's a little discolored, a little lighter colored, and yeah, it looks pretty cool. And it was pretty quick. My overall time on it was, I took breaks here and there, doing things around the house and letting it dry. So overall, it didn't take that long, and it looks pretty good. I'll get you some pictures up, and we'll catch you next time. So y'all stay safe, stay healthy, and God bless.